Yes, my dear student, now I am going to discuss about the next chapter, that is staffing after organizing function. Staffing refers to management of men who are working in the organization. It is also called human resource management or personnel management. Personnel, personnel management. Personnel refers to the employee who are working in the organization. So management of employee who are working in the organization is called a staffing function. So staffing function is related to human resource management because staffing is a part of human resource management. Human resource management refers to planning, organizing, directing and controlling all human resources in the organization, as well as all elements of staffing function. Whereas staffing function refers to the elements which are included, that is manpower planning, recruitment, selection, induction and placement, remuneration and incentives, training and development, and transfer, promotion, and performance checking of each and every employee who are working in the organization. That is why staffing is a part of human resource management. Now I am discussing all the elements of staffing. First one is manpower planning. Manpower planning refers to deciding how much number of employee and how much category of employee to be required, how much category and how much number of employee from each category which will be required in the organization to fill the vacancy is called as manpower planning. That is planning the number of employees and under different category to be required in future to fill the vacancy is called as manpower planning. Second one is recruitment. Recruitment refers to identifying various sources of employee to be recruited in the organization, to be appointed in the organization to do different types of work in the organization. Whereas selection refers to choosing the best candidate out of many candidates apply for the vacancy post in the organization. Next one is induction and placement. After selecting the best employee, then the new employee should be introduced in the organization where he will do his work. That is called induction. Placement refers to assigning particular job to do work in the organization. That is called induction and placement. According to knowledge, experience and ability, the placement should be made to the right candidate in the right post. That is called induction and placement. Next one is remuneration and incentives. Remuneration and incentives refers to giving right remuneration according to the work, according to the job, which is satisfying to the salary, which is payable to the employee. That is called remuneration. And incentives are various financial benefits and as well as non-financial benefits which are given to the employee so that it can motivate him to do work. Next one is transfer and promotion. Sometimes the vacancy post can be filled up either by transfer or by promotion, that is from internal source. By transfer refers to shifting the job of an employee from one place by transferring from one place to another place, or promotion refers to giving a higher grade job or promoting the rank of the employee from lower grade to the higher grade as a reward for good work. Then next one is training and development. Employee must be properly trained so that the work ability, the knowledge of doing work in a proper way, that can be developed among the employees. and employee can learn while doing the work. Development program is conducted, training program is conducted normally for lower level employees, and development program is conducted for higher level employees. That is top level executive who are working in the higher level management. Next I am discussing about you and last one, that is performance appraisal. Finally, the performance of each and every employee must be properly checked, properly appraised. That is, we have to see how much work we have given and how much work they have completed. Then we have to see whether there is low performance or high performance of the employee. Accordingly, we have to decide who will be rewarded and who will be penalized. That is called performance appraisal. That is very important in every organization. Without performance appraisal, we cannot check the efficiency of the employee. That is why performance appraisal helps to check the efficiency of the employee. Next, I am going to discuss the first element, that is in manpower planning. Manpower planning refers to deciding how many category of employee to be required and how many number of employee from each category is to be recruited to fill the vacancy post in the organization, so that in future we will not face any problem of shortage of employee in the organization. So it has 4 steps. First step, we have to decide current manpower availability in the organization. That is how many number of employee and how many category of employee, how many number of employee from each category who are working in the organization. Already they are existing, they are already working in the organization. That is current manpower availability. And second step, that is future manpower requirement. Now, after deciding after estimating current manpower availability, the second step is to forecast future manpower requirement in the organization. That means in near future, how many number of employee from each category we need to do our job. Then third step, we have to compare this current manpower availability with future manpower requirement, so that we can find out that is vacancy post in the organization. Normally when the organization is growing, normally we need more number of employees to do our work. So vacancy post we can find out by comparing future manpower requirement with current manpower availability. If any vacancy is there, that will be advertised to fill the vacancy post. Then last step, that is we have to recruit and select right candidate to fill the vacancy post, so that work can be performed. The next step is recruitment. Recruitment refers to identifying various sources of getting the employee in the organization. There are 2 sources of recruitment. One is called internal sources, another is called external sources. Internal sources means from within the organization we can fill the vacancy post through transfer and promotion. Whereas external sources refers to selecting the candidate from outside source. Fresh candidate would be selected from outside source, that is not from within the organization. They are through advertisement in various employment news or newspaper or television. We can fill the vacancy post. And second one is campus interview. Various employer, they are coming to various educational institutions. There they conduct the interview and select the best candidate which is fit for the job, and they will be recruited just after promotion or just after passing the qualification from the respective institution. The next one is employment exchange. There are many state level employment exchange and central level employment exchange and district level employment exchange. They are government agency. They are registering the unemployed candidates and through employment exchange, an employer can recruit the employee for the organization after conducting a recruitment test. The next one is a labor contractor. Through labor contractor, employees can be recruited. Normally, those who are doing physical work, that is to do physical labor, the employee are recruited through labor contractor. And then the next one is a recommendation of old employee. Old employee can be asked to bring some of their relatives so that they can be recruited to get the employee who is very loyal who will be very loyal for the organization, because old employee recommend the name of the new employee who will be recruited and who will be given the job. The next one is called casual colors. Casual colors are those workers who are temporarily asked to do the work when there is work. If there is no work, they will sit at home. That is called casual color. Next one is recruitment at factory gate. So normally near the factory gate, the notice is placed so that any employee who want job, they can go through the notice, and in the factory they can be recruited as a worker to do the work. Then next one is management consultant. There are many management consultants who are also helping the employer to recruit the employee for the organization. These are various external sources of recruitment. Next time I will proceed. Thank you.